Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Danganronpa. Today we are having our third trial. So it's gonna be a long episode. Just get in front of that little disclaimer there. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the red door. Well, in the red door. And as soon as we were all there, hello!
Monokuma appears!
Hello! He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not the location. It's just because it looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Yeah, can you guys tell which one of us is the real Monokuma? Can we just get to the elevator? Get on the elevator already.
Boy.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Aw.
Hey.
Even if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train, elevator. I'll see you guys down below.
Let's go.
Okay, then shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it, for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get it down there first, then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Ifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Ifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Hey, Jill, what's up?
Yes.
Come on, Big Back, let's do it! How about you, hero? I mean, I actually do believe you, dog. Which, if you prove me wrong, I'll be kind of sad. How you doing, Celeste? I don't know about over in no time. We'll see. How about you, Hina? Oh, you're Sakura. Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Just the worst.
Alright, down we go. See, I get why some people, like Hina especially, she didn't do any investigation and stuff like that. She's running on pure emotion right now. But, even if it was so clear-cut, you have to investigate. Because if you get it wrong, you all die. So you just gotta put in the time, even if the culprit seems like, close and shut. Though it's not, really. It's not close and shut at all, from our perspective. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settle all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Oh. When I see you all gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? You really hate me so much, but I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Okay, of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial before or after the commercial break. Aw, damn! That would have been a perfect cliffhanger. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. I mean, I just saved, so no. Well, actually, I just loaded the save. Set skills. We got enough for a few more, I think. Though I think we only have, like, one we don't have equipped. Decreases slowly during concentration. No, this is the one. Focus. Oh, this one's 5. Focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration, effective during that. Recovers more quickly. Which one would be more beneficial? Decrease or increase? I don't know. I guess in the end it's kind of the same thing. I'll go with neural liberation. I guess that's it. Trial, all rise!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay, is this always the same?
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment.
This sounds exactly the same.
If you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Whoa.
Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I mean, you can try to deny it.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Jill. Jill. Jill.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Well, the blueprint can be explained as kind of like, probably like a setup, right? Because it's not his handwriting.
Points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crimes.
The fact that his door
after
was
crime.
unlocked, though, is kind of suspicious. Like, how'd it get
How many
unlocked?
times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Make your argument! Robo Justice costume, Hero's message, Robo Justice blueprint. Could be either the message or the blueprint.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
You're just bringing this up now?
It's a
What?
conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
Freedom!
Just hold on a second.
I mean, I didn't! Okay, compelling evidence that Hiro is the killer. Is that really true?
Everything
Let's
we
try
found in your
Hero's message on the blueprint.
The blueprints, the suit parts, they are...
No.
Apparently it was right.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
Question. I mean, not question, but Makoto. Monokuma literally is right there.
The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
This is true.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
Also kind of true.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my
That is
handwriting
100%
anyway.
true.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
What? Then who was in that Robo Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No, I think he's telling the truth about him being knocked
A
out.
suspicious individual hidden within the suit.
Which makes sense with that picture, though, right? Now, yeah, I didn't even think about that last episode when we ended the episode, but yeah, it does lead credence to the fact that Hifumi was being an accomplice, right? If Hiro was in that suit unconscious, then they would have had a pose with him. Because Hiro, he's not like an unfit dude, like muscle-wise, but he's definitely not like jacked, so he's not going to be able to move like Hifumi. And cardboard isn't going to give him a strength boost, not in this game.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course he passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo Justice suit?
It was Hiro. It was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
I agree.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason.
Well, yeah, you couldn't bend over in it, right?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
That dolly thing.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
It's a dolly. The thing that was used to move Taka's body. It was the dolly. Where's the dolly? There. Oh yeah, I gotta press Y, because it's not A for some reason. There's still one thing, still one more thing. The thing that was used to move Taka's body was the tarp as well. That's not A again, you moron.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with that attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp.
It wasn't wrapped. He was on it.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Oh, what was that game? It's like a Castlevania clone, Bloodstained Memos? Is that it? I do want to kind of play that. I was a huge fan of Castlevania back in the day.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
And then it led tracks. Yeah, those.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
No, I'm not mistaken.
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment
Yeah,
room
there's bloods
when
on the
you
wheel.
found that dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
Oh, it was a setup then. Like, right, it was put in there first.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
No.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
By calling her an idiot like you would?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
That's even just bullshit though. Everyone expects me to solve all the problems. No one's helping me except for like Kyoko sometimes. And then dumbass over there, Byakugan from Naruto, just like, will be like, oh, I got an idea, but I'm not telling you.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Oh, so it's just definitely you. So it is just definitely you. Because you literally all make me do everything around here. The fact that you just said that means you are actually the fucking killer. Well, I never heard it had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change your mind. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to... Of course it has, absolutely. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet time battle, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see the ammo count. Up until now, there really hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just by locking on and pressing the Y button, won't be enough to... Oh, wait, what? We're going to bullet time? The battle thing already? Wow, okay. Now it will cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, so make sure, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Dots? Just like locking on, you'll have to press the X button in time with the tempo marker, of course. Basically, just remember that X button now has a function along with A and Y. You'll automatically reload at the start of fervor time. How do I start that? Oh, shit. But if your actual difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. Can I switch my difficulty? In which case, you can ignore everything I just said. Well, then good luck and have fun. How do I do the fervor? 'Cause I actually forgot.
You had it wrong.
Doot,
I cannot agree.
doot, boop,
You are a fool.
doot, doot,
So
doot,
pathetic.
doot, booyah, 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 booyah.
You miserable wretch.
Wow!
I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You had
Ah,
it
shit.
wrong. I cannot agree.
How do I do the fervor? Help! Fervor time! RB! Okay. Sure. So I can just do this.
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are
Okay.
a fool. Do your
Why-
worst. You miserable wretch. You had it wrong.
Final strike. There we go.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Oh, you look a little bit worried there.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
Yeah.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Yeah, where's your proof that it wasn't? Jeez, this really hit me that much? Apparently.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then
Okay, we know it's not a robot. It's made out of cardboard, Hina.
what kind of robot is it?
It's a cardboard robot. What?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yeah, there's no handlebars on the dolly. You'd have to bend over and push. You'd also have to bend over and pick up the body and put it on the dolly, which is impossible. You even said it yourself, you can't bend at the waist. If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Make your argument. Robo Justice costume. Yes, okay, that's probably the one then. Or maybe the dolly?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it
Probably
off.
that one?
Now,
Maybe?
keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
This is true.
Well, yeah.
Maybe that one.
But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
Guess that one, right? Yeah, no kidding. Okay, that was an easy one.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
It might have not been Hina, but someone said you couldn't bend at the waist with it.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were
It
all
was
checking
Hina,
out
okay.
the suit together. Remember?
That's such a good picture. I'm blind as a bat in here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Have you tried it before?
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Or lifting one up?
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Ooh! Jill, thank you, you serial killer. But there was a clasp. He couldn't take it off. There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off. Hero's not strong enough. You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing! There's a clasp on the back that keeps moving you, that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him out.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Oh, putting it on, yeah.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
He's not smart enough.
He could have gotten it off by himself. I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
He's not that dumb, right?
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Very unlikely.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Yeah.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Right. I even brought up the picture. I forgot she took it, though. It was Celeste, then. It was Celeste and Hifumi. Okay.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice?
Again, Hero's not that strong. And, like, yeah, Hifumi probably would not do well in a struggle fight whatsoever. But you're not gonna drag 340 some odd pounds. Easily.
If whoever was in that suit,
Especially
is
in a
not the
suit like
culprit,
that.
How do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? The guy hit me. What guy? Robo-Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Now we just gotta figure out how to disprove that.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
So, Kyoko, Makoto might not actually know. I know. But Kyoko, Byakuya, no, it's Celeste. Almost certainly, right?
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
And I know it's Celeste, but, well, I think it's Celeste. But Makoto, I don't think realizes it yet. This is a majority vote, right? I'm just thinking if it came down to a vote, if enough people would vote for Celeste.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
All right, sorry about that weird cut,
Let's
but
review this
we
series
got
of
interrupted.
unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Maybe.
What a pain in the ass!
Well, yeah.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Yeah.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
Sure you were.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It
Robo-Justice.
also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi.
He's leaning against the wall.
We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Thoughts? What's wrong? I saw a shadow. There's something moving around on the top, at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, this strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Ah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
Could Taka be involved
When
too?
we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead.
No. The note Hifumi had on him that was clearly ripped out of Taka's hand.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Hifumi's got little legs.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
Oh, at the same time, right? Yeah, that's right. So they discovered it at the same time, roughly the same time. So the first body discovery announcement was actually for Taka, because Hifumi wasn't really dead
We must
yet.
have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back
Chill.
to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating or all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies.
Whoa!
And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
Which was locked
is
when
where
I
we
checked it and
discovered
locked when
the
Hina
portrait.
checked it.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Yeah!
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Okay.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. Remember to discover and uncover the truth of the case, I have to find them, no matter what! Contradictions, Taka. Broken wristwatch, Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's
Wristwatch?
death, I wonder
Maybe?
if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
Broken
while
wristwatch?
Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Hina, I like you, but good lord. I mean, Byakuya is actually agreeing with her, so maybe it's not as dumb as it sounds. Let's see.
Regarding Taka's death,
Broken wristwatch numbering?
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps
How do you
it was
fast forward
after?
again?
We already know what order.
Fast forward. That's the B button.
Taka came last
What makes you say
because of the
And
numbering
yeah.
of the Justice
Oh,
Hammers.
shh.
It's
God damn
true
it.
that he-
That ain't hit. No, not it. Okay. Not it.
Died
Maybe it's
before
not
Hifumi,
Broken Watch.
Or perhaps it was after.
Could be the
We already
Monokuma
know
file.
what order they were killed in.
Okay, we'll try the Monokuma's file then. That could be it too. But what?
Died before
I'm
Hifumi,
thinking, and it's
or
hurting my
perhaps
head.
It was after.
It probably has to be a
We already know
flashback.
what order they
But
were
what?
killed in.
What order
came last.
or numbering? I have 2 attempts, so we'll do
Because of the
yeah,
numbering
we'll
of the
do
Justice
that one
Hammers.
first,
It's true that he
and then we'll see
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
the next one because I don't think it's the other
So, regarding Taka's death,
other 2 at
I
all.
wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed
I'm not gonna
in.
lie, I sat on that pause. Oh, okay, good. I sat on that pause screen for a while, trying to think.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
That's true.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Yeah.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Broken wristwatch. Is that gonna be it now? Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. I mean, Hifumi came back to life, so technically he died after Taka. That has to be wristwatch. Okay, yeah. Let's see if I can remember how to spell wristwatch. T. W. And another T. And I need a C. And now an H. Okay.
Now I understand.
Whoa. Am I gonna have to do another bullet time battle? Because I don't have much health left.
I've got it! Taka's wristwatch. See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Flashback again. Hey, you! Look at how long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
Well, yeah, give or take a few minutes of suffering the death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's a good trick, kind of.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Yeah.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Oh, shit.
Because when he was killed, we
Was it
hadn't
me?
met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
No. Well, yeah, I guess. We're not really safe, though. Ah. Yeah, we already literally just saw this like a couple minutes ago. Actually, it was probably like 20 minutes ago because I had to take that phone call. But still.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are for this one.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
What?
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Thanks, Hero.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
How did he get up there?
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Huh.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
No.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Yeah.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Also, does not go to the gym.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it.
Oh, I'm sure that
and
was
we'll
voice, but
keep
it just
going around
paused.
in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Yeah.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
His body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
She said a minute or so, or two.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Improbable.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
The Dragon Balls?
What? How?
That one's for you, Fumi.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Okay.
The dead body moved on its own?
That's right, Hina. Zombies!
No, not another.
Okay, that's not a ghost. Hero, that's not a ghost. You know what ghosts are.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Yeah, none of us actually checked them, right?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Why didn't any of us check his body, actually? We're all
Perhaps
idiots.
he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? Yeah. Cleaned off his glasses, right? Broken wristwash. Equipment with bloodstain.
Are you
Maybe
saying
flashback?
When we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible.
None of us checked his body, so it is
Hifumi was
possible.
dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Could've been
Hifumi's
Taka.
dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Could have been Taka,
Are
though.
we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, I didn't get it! Okay, so that one into the body discovery announcement?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the
So that's the
nurse's
count.
office, there's a chance he was actually
Yeah.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that.
I only got 2 health
Hifumi's
left still, so we gotta make this
dead
count.
body, And that is why the announcement. But
Are we really so? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal.
No,
someone
yeah, okay, someone else's
discovery.
discovery. And then...
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance he was actually
no, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead.
And then this one's
without a
probably
doubt.
coming up, right?
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay, good.
No.
Can I have more health back, please? I kind of need it.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Can we just ask Monokuma?
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
True.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
He is kind of fat.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
3 or more people.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means
Right, the second one.
even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
But we found him at the same time.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. The first time I played is when we found each body in the nurse's office and in the equipment room. The second time was when Toku was found unconscious when both bodies were discovered.
I got it!
Thank you for the
We
help.
heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong bing bong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
Yeah?
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
But then he came back to life, so he wasn't actually dead.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't
Shouldn't it have
actually
played after he came back to life?
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
You do?
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Good job, Jill.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
I mean, I guess, but I guess she's not wrong either.
Honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Yeah, of course you don't.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Handkerchief? It's the handkerchief. Is it the handkerchief? Glasses? Okay, it's the glasses. It's the glasses. Repository door.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Okay.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
This is true. Hi, Chihiro.
But when you compare his body before being
Oh, here it comes.
and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
What?
Shoot!
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, here's one
Okay,
thing.
go back there.
The first time we found him, and then his body just.
And the next time, it was in.
but when you compare his body before being moved, other than the change in how it was
Was it
positioned,
not? Is it going to be a
there
flashback?
was no notable difference.
Thank you. Okay, I should have waited.
No, that's wrong.
Should have waited. My bad. Got a little hasty.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Sure. That's why I'm here.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
It's very fitting for him. The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office. This one?
I got it!
Thank you for the
It
help.
was
I
a
need more.
glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Mmm.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Priggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
That is quite the name.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
It's actually Byakuya's. He's actually a huge fangirl about it.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Well, we can arrange it.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
You don't even shower, so I highly doubt you clean your glasses.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses?
Yeah, right?
Other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood?
Oh, I actually know this one.
Paint or something?
There was a refrigerator in there, isn't there?
The fridge in the nurse's
Yeah!
office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
I mean, yeah, kind
And
of.
if Hifumi
Try
was
not to
still
speak ill of the
alive
dead
at that
here,
point,
Jill.
The disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
One who moved was Hifumi.
God!
Sakura.
It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
I mean, to be fair, we checked it before them.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Oh, yes, please.
There's more?
I mean, I would imagine so. It's only been like 53 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement
Oh, the piece of
has
paper.
yet to be revealed.
Is that it?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
And shoved in his pants? Where the hell? Yeah.
I got it!
Oh,
You're
3
talking
health.
about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Yeah.
What? In his
Yeah, he was a stuffer.
pants?
Don't get too excited, Jill.
Yes, his pants.
Sakura?
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Except yours said rec room.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
Well, no, clearly it's different, dog.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Fumi's what? Wait, what? Taka?
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Oh, I think I misheard him. I thought he was saying that Hifumi got in contact with, you know what? Forget it. I had a brain fart. Let's just say that.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
You got good nicknames.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi.
Yeah.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Well, it can be a little bit confusing, Jill. Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. So it's gonna be the scrap of paper, right? Make your argument.
Huffy had the note, right?
Probably in the flashback?
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Spotless.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
The time mentioned in the note, I feel like that's the key. Oh, the
Note, right?
broken
The
wristwatch?
person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
Maybe?
6 a.m.
Could be a flashback.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, that's
No,
good.
That's wrong. No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
Please don't stab me.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Uh-huh.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed.
So,
Oh, sorry,
Taka was
Sakura. I
murdered
think that's the
at
second time I've cut
time
something
and
off.
Place, written in
I'm
the
gonna
note.
put like the controller on my lap or something.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Thank you, Jill.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka.
TikTok.
Just the same as me. Ugh. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with
He
it?
ripped it out of Taka's hand.
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Look, Jill, we try not to shame the man anymore, all right?
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Stole, took, one or the other.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole the note. It is in... Where is it? Here?
I got it!
Yeah.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is...
I mean, it matches.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Go us!
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Why was he carrying the paper like that, though? That's not important, Chronos. I know, but it's weird.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
I mean, if I have a piece of paper to carry around, I usually just put it like in the pocket.
There's only one way to
Yeah,
explain it.
fold it. Not hold it by the edge.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
His cold, dead hands.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
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 Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, He was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Hero.
Sorry, no.
No, he dead. Disney Princess Hina brought him back to life for a minute.
Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who
I mean,
killed
okay,
Hifumi?
so he was dead, sure, but he came back to life.
Whoever did is the
Then
mastermind,
died.
the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Well, some of us were together.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Yeah.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
She looks nothing like a walrus.
Who are you calling a walrus?
That doesn't even make any. Oh, swimming. But a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Probably should have just called her a fish.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Yeah. Jill, what's wrong with your back?
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after.
Everyone has a moment.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
What? What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
I mean, dog. You can. It really depends on the mass of the actual hammer and how hard you hit them. Because you can kill someone with a small ass ball peen hammer, right? So, yeah, just because you have a small mallet doesn't mean you can't kill someone with it. If the mallet part is like rubber, yeah, less chance of you actually killing someone with it. But if the top is, like solid wood, you can still cause them to die. You'd have to do it a lot, probably, but still.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I mean, there was a bunch of hammers in that repository.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The one that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Make your argument. Pineapple isn't a pizza topping. That's not what talking. Spotless hammer. It's gonna be the spotless hammer.
What was used to kill
I actually like
Hifumi?
pineapple on.
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
Is it that one?
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Maybe.
Well,
I have some more
whatever
health to
it
actually
was,
mess up now.
there's
That's
one
good.
thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
I mean, you're not wrong.
Murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Is that a real website?
One thing seems pretty
I'm not gonna check it. I mean, I'm probably already on a list, but still.
One of the Justice Hammers. And, that's about it.
Thanks, Hero. So let's see. If the weapon used to kill Fumi really was similar to the weapon used to kill Taka...
What was used to kill Hifumi?
No? Okay.
Shoot!
It has to be a contradiction.
What was used to
Contradiction. Okay, if it's Spotless Hammer... Kill Hifumi...
Well, there's one. How was the culprit able to move around so freely? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
No, okay, I gotta take a second, and I gotta think.
Shoot, sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about
No, that can't be. Maybe?
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
Maybe.
Hammers.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a
Back to
Justice
low health
Hammer
again.
at all.
Sucks.
No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
I wouldn't say it's different, more like what the Justice Hammers were made out of.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Guess, yeah.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Like all of them?
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Pretty sure they took some of them and just painted them.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
What do you mean?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we?
Yeah, but I
not?
mentioned something that made sense to me. But the way she said it, I'm like, well, are you gonna suggest Hifumi killed himself? Like, I guess you could have meant like somebody maybe like found Hifumi covering, moving the body, then killed him to try to get away with it. That makes sense too, actually. Huh? Nah. Maybe. Broken wristwatch, blue top, spotless hammer. Okay.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people
Okay.
work
It's
together.
probably gonna be a flashback. But impossible what? What's the second one?
But
It might be
that
the other
only
way
really
around.
applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Yeah, two murderers, two impossible. Is that gonna work?
Based on the rules that have been
Let's
even
see.
if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true. It is
Okay.
No, that's
Thanks,
wrong.
brain. You're welcome, Chronos.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
True.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward.
Makoto. What?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme.
Yeah.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
I don't know why, but as she was saying that, for a split second, my brain said, oh, she's about to say someone's bitch. And I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's just something that popped into my head.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Does that work, Monokuma?
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
This is kind of the logic I was using
And it
earlier.
only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan.
Which mastermind? I feel like we're calling the mastermind different people now. Like, mastermind behind this school or mastermind behind this murder?
And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful.
Hina,
How could anyone be so cruel?
I mean, we're talking about people that murdered people. It's all awful.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murderers were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. It's almost unnatural how good she is at
I
this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Who's the one always pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up to now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. You.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now.
Well, now, you've been the suspicious individual for a while, for me anyways.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him
Is very believable because you have ordered him around for a while now.
That I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
You are rather angry.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah.
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Yeah. Screaming.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Where? I don't see any adults talking, just a complete jackass.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever
Makoto.
laid eyes on the costumed individual.
Tell him to shut the fuck up, Makoto. Grow a backbone.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yeah.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that,
You alright, I was
do you
there,
remember
Celeste?
what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Mm-hmm.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste was wrong. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Ah! Huh? We've seen this flashback like 4 times now.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
I guess. It's kind of a stretch, to be
In
honest.
fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into 2 groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well then, Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will lead the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko and Yakuya and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Dots.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I mean, he probably would not have carried across the sea. Dots.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
And none of you checked the bodies. Well, body.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
How very nice of her.
Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the
It could have been a
nurse's
little bit
office.
of both. We don't know if she could. Okay, it's probably not.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but
As when she mentioned multiple bodies?
looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
Yo, called it!
I'm talking about what you said.
That was even
after
before I
Hifumi's
began to
body
really suspect you.
disappeared and we
And then I
returned
started
the
to
nurse's
suspect you.
office.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. Okay, this is not what I thought. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys. Oh, okay, no, it was what she said. Okay.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about
That
it.
is what I called, because we didn't tell her yet. At least on screen. I wasn't sure if we told her off
And pay
screen.
attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka
Okay,
being
so,
dead.
yeah.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't
Hero,
really
it
know
means
what
she knew that
means.
multiple people have been killed, dog.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
You guys said that Celeste comments doesn't make sense. Oh, what is he alluding to? What do you mean? Makoto! E-handbook? What?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys.
Yeah!
And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
But which one do I memorize? I mean, I have enough health to really mess this up, but if we go into another bullet time battle, I'll be dead. So it's clear, like, when she said it, I even called her out on it, like, how'd you know about Taka? So it's because she knew that multiple people have died. But which one am I gonna actually copy and fire? I don't think it's gonna be the e-handbook, right? It would have to be...
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing. They must
No.
be, we are all going to die. We
No.
are going to die.
Those
Just like
guys?
those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
What? No. Okay, one, fuck you, buddy. And two, god damn it, really?
Strange
Okay, so
about
we'll try
Celeste's
this
comment?
way.
All I said, they must really enjoy.
And we'll come back
the sight of
here.
us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
And then do this. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Good lord. Should have worked the other way around, too.
There's no
I'm
reason
being
Celeste
honest.
should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste?
She's a psychic.
How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Dots. Ooh, the music cut out.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Yeah, we've seen this before.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Again, it would be impossible. Hero is not that strong.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yeah, you were knocked out, weren't you?
So let's put the suit on, and then
No,
let's
no,
use
no,
the
no.
camera's
Hero,
timer to
Hero, shut up. Hero, shut up.
set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words,
Actually, how'd you
an
take the picture if you were knocked
unavoidable
out?
fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
You took the picture and then...
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
And then it supposedly attacked you after you took the picture?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Have you seen the suit?
Surely there are other explanations.
The
than
hell was that
one
noise?
you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanation? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Humi away, the only other possibility is Humi and Suspect have been drinking. Oh, Hifumi is dragging the suspect away! Oh, he has him on his back!
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away.
I thought you, like, knocked him up and stood him up and they just posed.
I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Didn't she, like, stuff you in a locker, too?
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it?
Do we have the majority vote yet?
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celestia proves that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Well, let's find out today! On Class Trial 3! No goddamn idea. Yeah, I don't know. Let's
Dressed me
listen.
up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight.
Draped.
You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Draped?
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
I think the only way they could do anything was standing upright in that.
After all,
No way!
Well... Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. Is the suit...
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out.
Yeah, okay. Let's try that.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is if the person inside
No.
the suit was unconscious.
There was another one,
there's
wasn't
no
there?
way they could stand up straight.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
That one was actually really easy
No.
compared to
Even if
compared
the
to what I
person
was thinking with the
inside
other
suit
ones.
were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It was encumbering and stiff. He totally, yeah, can't bend at the waist, yada yada yada.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, that's a new one. I think that's a new one.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed.
She could have used that when she was
stuck
getting
Hiro
angry at
into it.
Hifumi.
That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yeah?
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Are we doing upside down world now?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh. Oh, is this what you really sound like?
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as
Oh,
he
you're
lay
back to your
dying?
accent? Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro. Blah.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Oh, we're shifting your vocal tones here, apparently.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hakakure!
All right.
Wait, But my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
What? Wait, what?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Yeah, wait, what?
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Your name's Tora? Why the hell are we calling you
What are you
Yasuhiro?
talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Oh. What? Did he give everyone nicknames? That's Jill. Was it last names?
I got it!
Oh, okay, it was.
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Maybe he was saying his first name meant his last name, but he died?
Decent?
What?
Don't talk.
Yeah, right?
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
Oh. Oh, Celeste isn't her real name, is it?
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
Oh. Wait. She just happens to have the same last name as Hiro's first name?
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
You could try laughing.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
I don't know, give me like a few minutes. I'm not sure how much longer this trial has.
Well, do I? What?
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, who are you talking to?
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Her e-handbook, right? We can just make her turn that on? Yeah, e-handbook, okay.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have
What's
to
the
be you,
contradiction?
Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg!
Okay, it's upside down.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I feel like we need to just vote now.
It's the truth.
Your truth, maybe not.
You have no way to contradict me.
Oh,
Only truth there is! Moron!
right. I need to, I guess, go a little to the side on that one. Let's try that again.
He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times?
Let's see.
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict
There you go.
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
The e-handbook?
anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to your healthy school life, so don't lose it. And when you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many uses than before.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Okay, you're guilty. Thoughts?
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up.
Okay.
Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Okay.
Fine then. Let me settle it.
Sure.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning.
Oh, is it
Shove
picture
out
time?
all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Well, comic book time, really. Closing argument, begin. Okay, so, Hifumi, does your room look like that? That is hilarious. Where did you get these chips and this poster? What the hell is... Oh, it's the dolly. All right. Man, you guys really went to town with making Hifumi look awful. Let's see. In this case, how did the killer recruit their accomplice? With was it seduction? It might have been seduction. Well, I mean, Hifumi says he's only into the 2D, but at the same time... Let's go move on. What time did the killer call their victims to the rec room? It was 1 a.m., right? Booyah. And then Hero gets chloroformed. Who was it that the killer summoned first? It was Hero. Where Hero? There you go. They knocked him out, then stuffed him in the Robo Justice suit to falsify their evidence. And then they used a certain item to do it. Oh, whoop. There you go. What time that was there? Ah, Fumi. The Justice Hammer that was used to kill Taka, what number was it? It was 3, right? In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy figure. Fake the existence. Wait, what? In the library, use... Oh. 2? Yes. Oh my god. He is doing Moon Prism Power. Which Justice Hammer was used? It was... 4? Have you used something to move Taka's body? That is adorable. The weapon they killed, the weapon the killer used, it was this one. Right? No, because it was right there. Okay. So at the beginning, we had... this one. I guess the only one that makes sense to put there would be... this one? Reenact.
You! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Hifumi, what the hell, dog?
with an accomplice. The
Why
killer
make
was
that
able
face?
to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
That's a
That
horrifying
someone they
picture
met
of
with
Hifumi.
was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder.
So do they ever explain why his hair color changed like that and his eyes got all fiery?
They called Taka to the equipment.
This is an anime thing? Just an anime thing? Okay.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
What? I didn't read. Really? What's here? Was it number 4? Oh, I got it backwards. Okay, so you number 4. So this one is here. Right? And then number 3 was back here?
The killer is you! And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Okay. Got the
murder
numbers
weapon
mixed
was
up there.
Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect.
Also, I love the fact that she's like, oh, I wouldn't be anywhere 10 feet near that man. And it's like, why were you hanging out with him in the rec room then?
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story.
Yeah.
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did.
I have a feeling I might have got this one wrong too, because he's already said Justice Hammer 2.
We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
okay, no, it's right. Okay, good.
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator.
It is really magical
and
girl
Justice Hammer
spin.
3, and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group...
Oh, right,
that
Toko was
announced
still
13
Toko at the
found
time.
Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
Act 6.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance.
I don't know how he got up the stairs that
This
fast,
time,
though.
He snuck into the equipment
And
room.
avoided all detection.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Oh no.
Mifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
Could have used Justice Hammer number 6.
That should cover.
That's skipping
everything
5,
that
Chronos.
happened
I
in
know.
this case.
But that could have been confusing for us as well.
Behind it all is
What's going on? Are we fusing? I like the flowers.
sorry. You lose.
Complete.
I lost?
Yeah, you lost.
I lost?
Yeah.
When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
Like 5 seconds ago?
They hang heavy around my neck.
I mean, judging on what's gonna be happening with your execution, it might be not the only thing that hangs around your neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
What does that even mean?
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
I mean, to be fair, this is actually a short trial compared to the last one. I was expecting something like a lot longer. Be this. What? At least I still get an A. Thank you for all the coins.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Not from concentrate.
Or, no.
What?
I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote.
Time to concentrate? Oh, not from concentrate is the name for this trial's achievement?
If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I'm assuming it's gonna be the right choice. You know, given the whole, we're seeing this screen. Oh, some people will grayed out because they're dead. Makes sense.
What?
It's basically formally at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess I shouldn't be using her access. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Ifumi's ineptitude was beyond my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Ifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her speciality, lying. My speciality? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him to get him to agree.
So then...
So then did you use, you know... I need to figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name. Yeah, Makoto already freaking did, though. It was the one thing that Hifumi and Taiko are both super into. Does she mean... She's talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one who stole that.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used to drag Hifumi into a plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I had taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took a picture of it there. Fumi, what the hell? Is that a pillow of the chubby princess girl in underwear? What is Fumi? I deleted the picture as soon as I had shown it to Fumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! How did he do it? He was supposed to yell, she was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then... It is hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
Wait, what? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So that's a messed up thing to lie about, girl.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I'd never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. He has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean. Taka is going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard.
Completely unforgivable.
Bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She.
I swear,
I have to save her.
Actually...
And would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. What was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see...
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough for your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he was just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all that there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody would have doubted him. I told him that, and he believed it. It's all very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched up to the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well...
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound just like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money?
Hmm.
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life began here, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept our living here.
You little...
Obviously that was a lie. Ugh.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else here. I wanted to get out. Every day was a fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. What dream was that of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle. And to have handsome men from all over the world serve as my butlers / bodyguards. Okay. Okay, so... Is that Makoto kissing her foot, and is that Byakuya as a maid dude? I was gonna make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the winds. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate about you were really able to kill your own friends for the...
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's right.
indeed.
I do not fear death. Kill me however you like. But if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice then,
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. What?
Hey,
Yeah, didn't she get she got executed. You'd just be executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked like a poor effort was to force it. She claimed she could fool her own emotions, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. Y'all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then,
I just...
very
Oh yeah.
special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got.
So something casino related?
Punishment time.
Huh.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
Oh, it's... See? At least someone was smart enough to lock it in a locker. This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Maybe. Probably not. Probably something casino related. I'd imagine. Gambler. Strap her to like a roulette table. Tie her limbs to the spinning bars. Oh, that would be horrible. Well, it's a castle. Oh, you're burning her alive. Is that what you're doing? The burning of the Versailles Witch. Alright. Thank you for blacking out that upper part. YouTube is weird. YouTube is weird. Like, I had to cover up Hina's butt. It wasn't even like her exposed butt. She had underwear on. But I played Bayonetta and that wasn't an issue. And there was a lot more other things in there. I don't know. Oh, you want to save her? No. No, you're not going to save her. So you're not burning her. You're actually just crushing her with a fire truck? Huh. Yeah, I guess. Good job. Smokey would be proud. You guys distantly related? It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Toko's back, by the way. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young! You need to place more value in your life.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
Why do you care about hope? Well, what do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking you that. Give it a rest already. So anyways, Yuka, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that? Dots.
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Ah, man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean by, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. Thoughts? What was that just now? The Mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but... Was that key that Celeste... what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's a key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easier to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Yoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Dots, then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya!
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? You wanna come with us, Hina? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushos when you show her a little backbone. I try to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah. I wanted to save first.
So then...
We need to get into the locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thanks goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon, maybe as early as tomorrow? I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Dots, Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the excavation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without a warning, without an explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that you think that I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? Ah, Makoto. That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. That's... I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 ears, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. Dots!
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said they were way in the back of the boys' room storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? We'll find out next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, when you have my video section, check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. If you're into watching my live stream at twitch.tv/ChronosPlays, get my channel followed to be notified when I go live. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day.